it's been for me to get up to this stage. You know, it's been, got to throw my Grateful Dead in there, of course, you know. It's been 11 years, you know, since I've been with LegalShield, and I've got a background as a professional athlete. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and most of the times when I talk about being a professional athlete, they always assume I was a jockey, but I really wasn't a jockey. I was a tennis professional. I had the opportunity to travel the world and see a lot of great things, and one thing I realized is that, you know, we live on the greatest country that there is, and, you know, following, you know, playing professional tennis, I started coaching, and I was actually going to go to law school, but told my parents one day, that's not going to happen. I want to teach tennis for $10 an hour, and that didn't fly real well in my household. But I'd never changed that because I've helped so many kids and helped them change their lives, and had a couple kids that played in Wimbledon just a couple weeks ago, so that was always good. But yeah, it's awesome. But I always knew I didn't want to be on a tennis court for, you know, 40 hours a week my entire life, and so then I started running clubs, and I was doing really, really well. I mean, I was making six figures. You know, I was never home. I never had a chance to see my kids, and then I was introduced to LegalShield in 2004, and you know, one thing I would do is congratulate you guys for being here today, because my mentor and good friend, Mr. John Drennan, who I owe so much to, always says success begins with showing up. And I didn't do that when I started with LegalShield. In fact, I came to this very convention 11 years ago. I didn't even come into the convention. You know, I was outside, I was having fun, you know, I was busy outside of here, so I looked at it as a vacation. And so I commend you guys for being here. And you know, then I started with LegalShield, and things were good. The first 6 months, I was in Performance Club every single month, loved it. Had a great job, and then I went through some crazy things, went through a divorce, and we all know how that can really mess you up, and it messed me up for a few years. I dropped out of Performance Club, didn't really touch the business for a while, but then I started looking in the mirror, realizing how you're going to pay your bills because you lost that six-figure job that you had. And so what I did is I said, I'm going to get back in Performance Club, and so I started getting back in Performance Club. Still wasn't plugging in, though. And in 2008, my life really changed. You know, I met my wife, Amy. Everybody knows Amy. She's just a tremendous lady, you know, who's made so many sacrifices for us in this business. And we got the Performance Club trip, and we didn't have the money to go. You know, I had just been in a world where I just didn't want to do anything, and so we didn't have the money to go, but we went anyway, which was a life-changing thing, because when I was there, somebody sold me a necklace on the beach, and they said, if you wear this every day, your luck will change. And I said, well, how much is it? He said, $1. And I said, okay, I can afford $1. And so I bought this necklace. I've never taken it off since, but my attitude changed. And, you know, with Amy in my life, and, you know, started to get my business going. In 2009, I got a call from John Drennan. He said, this phone call is long overdue. We had never spoken. And so he said, how many people can you put in a room? I said, I can put 20. I think we got 19. And everything started from there, and I started to show up a little bit more. And in 2010, I got a really good job. So all of a sudden, I was making six figures again. My LegalShield business was growing. And, you know, I was making, you know, $150,000, $160,000 a year because this business was playing great. My LegalShield business was paying me about 40 or 50. But then the guy who owned the club I was doing some consulting for said, hey, listen, you need to quit that LegalShield business. He said, if you quit the LegalShield business, I'll give you a contract for $300 grand for the next 3 years. And I said, went home, I talked to my wife, and we said, we're going to go ahead and stick with LegalShield because that's the right thing to do. But let me tell you, when you go from making $180,000, $160,000 down to 40, that's tough. You know, in fact, my wife, you know, we figured out how we're going to do it. It was crazy tough. You know, she sold her car. She went without a car for 1.5 years. Yeah. You know, but we kept building it. In 2011, I was at a convention, and Steve Melia said, let's go on a 90-day run. And I said, I'm going to do this 90-day run. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't even think it'll work because it was so simple on what we needed to do. And so I went on that 90-day run. We went back. We started a luncheon. Miss Kathleen Ramsey was there. She was just recognized as an executive director. And, yeah. So anybody can do this business. It was so worth it to push through it. Because back in the day when I'd make six figures, I didn't have any time. Now I make six figures. I'm at every one of my kids' events. I don't miss anything they've got going. You know, anything. So, here's the thing. Make a decision to be successful in this business because number one, we got a product that helps people out. Number two, we got so many amazing people in this business that are here to help you in anything you can do. And all you gotta do is do three things. Have a burning desire to be successful. Be willing to work hard for it because it's worth it. And be coachable and listen to all those. I thank all of the members of Team Ascent. You guys are amazing. I thank the Illinois leadership. I thank all the mentors that I've had. And everybody, look at this convention we've got coming up next year. We heard that story yesterday from Teresa, senior, today even, senior associate going to executive director, six-figure ring earner by that 1 year. Let's all get to work, guys. Please welcome to the stage, Kenneth Ropa, $100,000.